Welcome everyone to the next video. We're going to be working with some clay today. And today's activity is called Clay Companion. So get to your bag and find your little baggie of air dry clay and get that ready. So it should look like this, a little baggie of air dry clay. Air dry clay means that it will dry in just the air. And you don't have to put it in a kiln, you don't have to fire it. So we're going to use this little baggie, the air dry clay in it. And I suggest putting down a piece of paper or something to protect your table. Definitely protect your table. So I'm going to use the opposite side of my drawing pad, the opposite side here. So today we're going to do a clay companion. So for me it's going to be an animal, and I'm going to call this animal that I'm about to make my companion. And so don't forget the most important questions. What inspires us to make art? And make sure that you have your sign up. So you got your studio space ready. And check in with yourself. How do you feel now before making anything, before making any art? And don't forget that your animal, your companion, can be whatever you want. It does not have to look exactly like a dog, for example. So I'm going to show you a few examples of some clay shapes, but basically I'm going to create a little butterfly. So get used to your clay. It will make your hands kind of messy, but that's okay. So we can start making our animal usually like with little rounded shapes. There's different ways to make rounded shapes. You can put it in your palm and roll it in a circle and get a nice little circle, or you could roll it in your palm this way and then you can turn that circle into a little log, or you can put it on the table and roll it out. You can make a snake. So if my companion was a snake, guess what? I'm already done. I have a snake. But if we want to keep building, we can do so. So if I'm going to make a butterfly, that body's probably too long. We'll just kind of break it off. And for the wings are kind of flat. But right now, this is the body. This is kind of what I'm working with right now. I'm gonna roll it out. And then we can make the wings. And you can make the wings however you want. But I'm gonna smush mine really flat like a pancake. Just smush it flat like a pancake. And you can use different tools if you have them available to you. Like a plastic knife. You can use that to cut your shapes. So you might have various plasticware hanging around your house. I have a little spoon, I have a plastic knife, and we can use to kind of shape things. But I'm going to squish down with a spoon now on this clay. And you can see it's a little bit smoother. And then you can make like different textures So I'm gonna cut a wing. And I'll peel it up, and then I can even get in there and kind of soften the edge. So the flat edge will be the edge touching the body. And then I'm gonna actually smush it onto the body so they're connected. I'll squish it on. And maybe I'll want to add to the wings. Or maybe I'll turn it the other way. I'll take another little bit of clay and I'll start squishing it flat. I'll start squishing it on the ground or on the table. Then I will cut the wing again. And then give it some pinches and shape it up. And there's so many different butterflies in this world. Your butterfly happens to be unique, and nobody else can replicate, can duplicate exactly what you did, and that's something really cool about art. Maybe I'll switch my butterfly this way. And you can add fun little details to your wings too. You can use your spoon, you can add little details. Maybe you want to do more details with the plastic knife. So you can get really creative with the details. You can even use a little bit of clay for the antenna. So just a little bit, and then you can literally do that snake technique. Make that antenna super skinny. Alright, well that was a lot of clay. I'll just use a little bit. And then I have my butterfly. And then all I gotta do is let this dry just as it is. You can put it somewhere safe, but you definitely want to make sure that it has time and space to air dry and won't get bothered. There are also other types of animals that you can use, and I'll just show you how you can do a cat using just like little circles and ovals. So you'll take a little bit of clay, roll it into a circle, and that can be the body of the cat. So I'll just put the body of the cat right on the ground. And then we need to take an even smaller amount of clay, ball it up, make sure it's smaller. You see how that's smaller? And stick it on the body. So you can see the body is a little bit larger than the head. And then what we can do is you can take this shape and then we can add to it. So cats usually have tails. So I'll take a little bit of clay, roll it out. That's a really long tail. See, that's just a very long tail. Maybe we'll just cut it off a little bit. And so we have a little tail. You can even kind of like curve it a little bit. And you're probably saying, hey, Miss Robin, there's something missing from this cat. And I would agree with you. I think this cat also needs ears. So I'll do really big ears. I'm just going to pinch a piece of clay and roll it out into like a little cone shape. I'm gonna flatten it, pull it off. We have a long ear. I'll put it on the cat's head. It's really long ears. It's adorable. And then we can do another one. Roll a little bit of clay, pinch it, maybe even give it more of a triangle. Okay. And then you do the other ear. So you have a little cat. If you want to get into more details and you have toothpicks at home, or you have some kind of mechanical pencil, you can, or even a regular pencil, you do 2 dots for the eyes. That's for any creature you have. Any nose, little smiley face. Maybe I'll use the spoon for the smiley face. So this is my little cat friend, and he's very happy to be here now. If you're feeling fancy and you want to add legs, only if you're feeling fancy, you're going to add the legs. You can roll out 2 little cylinders. Then you could attach it to the front of the cat's body. There we go. I think he looks very happy. You could do whiskers too. It's the same thing. Roll out and stick them on. That looks more like a mustache. That's okay. If you have a cat with a mustache, that's okay. He's your friend, and your friend can look however you want. Maybe a cat with a mustache would be very funny. There we go. Maybe I'll add, instead of pushing into the clay for the nose, maybe I'll add like a tiny, tiny little dot. There we go. I think that's great. So that is one type of animal you can do, a little cat. If you want to make your animal really big because you have a bunch of clay left, you can do that. You can make as many animals as you want. These are your companions. So just make sure that you name your animals. You want to give them a name when you're done. So I have my butterfly, and I have my kitty cat. And when you're done, make sure that you clean up all your stuff, putting the extra clay into your little bag. Putting all of your stuff away into your big bag. And make sure you put your drying pad away and you put your clay figurines somewhere safe to dry. All right. Thank you guys for joining me.